Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. How are you? How are you doing? I always feel weird when I come back to the show. It's like I've been gone a little while, and it doesn't matter if it's like, it was only 2 shows really, like Friday and Monday, but it feels like infinity shows. Oh my goodness. It feels like infinity shows. So, how are y'all? I am so happy to be back. We're gonna do some whiskey review. Look at this. Now, as a preface, that's the word. As a preface, I did receive some whiskey in Canada. Okay? And I will be doing a whiskey review of the Bareface whiskey I received in Canada. That is on the list. And it will happen this month as well. It may even happen this week. But I left it upstairs. And I had a different whiskey to review tonight. And it's also from Canada. Okay. This is 99 proof Wayne Gretzky whiskey, which I don't know how much more Canadian you can get than Wayne Gretzky whiskey, but that's what we're gonna be reviewing tonight. Look at that. Look at how Canadian that is. So we are going to do that in just a little bit here. This is a big bottle. Oh, it's a full liter. No wonder. This is not a 750. I didn't even look at the size of the bottle. I got this at the duty-free shop on the way home. So here we go. Big bottle of hockey whiskey. So we're going to try this out. We're going to talk Kitchener Comic-Con a little bit. We're going to talk about the show, some of the stuff that they went through. I may have the Kitchener hosts back on at some point this week, if they're up for it, to really talk about what was going on, what they had to deal with. It would surprise you, maybe. It would maybe surprise you to see what they had to deal with, but it would maybe also surprise you to find out. It wouldn't surprise you. I'm lying. It wouldn't surprise you at all to find out that what they had to deal with was just pointless BS, because the amount of drama that actually occurred at Kitchener Comic-Con was 0. There was nothing. There's nothing. Nobody was molested or raped, surprisingly. I mean, it is Canada after all. No one was accosted. No one made a scene. Well, except there was a guy making a scene during my panel, but no one made you know what I'm talking about. No one made a scene because of Vic or anything like that. No one was out there disrupting things. Yeah, there was one guy who was thrown out by security, that's true, but that was just a random drunk because KCC happens on government property at Kitchener City Hall and or wherever it was, and they're just people can also come in there, and someone was a little bit unruly and had to go. But it wasn't in relation to the con as much as it was in relation to just there being people in a place and some of those people being, you know, like homeless or drunk or whatever. But anyway, it was great. I did see one chick walking around, and I use chick pejoratively, specifically. She was walking around with a Smash the Patriarchy jacket on, but she didn't come up and say hi, which I was a little offended by. I don't know that she went to see Vic either. She didn't do anything, right? She was just wearing a jacket that said "Smash the Patriarchy." For all I know, the front of the jacket said "I want to." I have no idea. I have no idea what that was. but yes, I know many of you. I have gotten the feedback that many of you were a little frustrated with the guy in the panel. And I'm not going to name him. Many of you probably already know who that is, or whatever. And he is someone who is a fan of Vic, allegedly a fan of myself as well. And and he is also he's a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve and speaks his mind. And whatever that means to you. So, but I don't know how to do that. The panel was recorded by a fan. So, both of my panels were recorded by a fan. Well, one was recorded by a fan. One was broadcast to the Kitchener Comic-Con YouTube channel. You can check it out there. That was the Warhammer panel, which I thought was a little bit of a disaster. It kind of, I had a completely different plan for what the panel was going to be, and then Ty Beard decided to boomer it by not apparently being able to find his microphone and camera. So Ty Beard was unable to call in, but I plan on having Ty on to do the meat of that panel at some point, because I think it's really interesting. You guys may not know this, but Ty Beard had a plan to purchase Games Workshop, the owner of Warhammer 40K, Warhammer, and the Lord of the Rings tabletop games. He had a plan to purchase Games Workshop back in 2006, I believe, when Games Workshop was in severe financial turmoil. He had a business plan to turn the business around and all of that stuff. He actually had some investors looking into it, and then they didn't pull the trigger on the deal because there was something else that they were going in to do. And so instead they did this other thing. But I thought it might be really interesting to have Ty Beard on to talk about how you go about making a proposal for a 9-figure acquisition, because that's something that Ty actually does quite often, is deals with acquisitions and mergers of companies in the $100 million plus range. So, speaking of that, I do have something to share. You may or may not have seen that Beard Harris was mentioned in the Wall Street Journal, I believe in New York Times as well, because they just wrapped up a very large deal for merger between a company you may have heard of called Hormel. I don't know if you know of Hormel, and this other company called Sadler. Sadler is a producer of barbecue products that they then refrigerate and ship out. And Hormel acquired Sadler. Ty and Beard Harris were representing Sadler in the acquisition with Hormel. It was a huge deal, something like $270 million, I believe. So, yeah, that is that is great news for Beard Harris. They're out there doing real work. I mentioned that it was in the whatchamacallit. Their filing, their request for an extension is Hormel the meat company or whatever. If you and Sadler, yes, Sadler the meat company as well. If you remember back when they filed for their extension, one of the things they mentioned was a large acquisition with what was it? They had various filings they had to do with federal government, antitrust filings and stuff like that. That was the deal, I believe. I suppose there could be another deal, but that one makes sense because it's giant. So there you go. Congrats to Ty and Beard and Harris doing real work. But, you know, I guess that's something. So a lot of fun stuff has happened. I've come to some realizations over the past couple days that will be more apparent probably as time goes on. I don't want to share it now because it's a surprise for you guys. It's a surprise for you, and I will figure out the appropriate time to drop the surprise, and that will be fun. No, you're probably not guessing it, and I'm not going to entertain the guesses. Just know that I had a funny thought today while I was driving my daughter back from her dance lesson. Goodness gracious. That being said, what other... There was something else really important I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah. Ronversations. This week, more Ronversations. And guys, they just keep being baffling. They just keep baffling me. I don't know how they keep happening. I don't understand why Ron keeps talking to me. Interview with Ron's ex-wife. I could actually arrange that. Because Ron has offered to have me interview his ex-wife, and she would come on here and meekly and humbly say what a wonderful man he's become. But so I'm not really interested in doing that. But Ronversations, those are coming. Ron swears he didn't block me. But the interesting thing was, I believe I showed it on stream. If not, I know I sent the screenshot to someone. There was a time when I couldn't message him. And it says, you can no longer send messages to this person. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe there's some weird function of protected mode, or Ron left protected mode and came back into it, or something that cut me off from messaging him. I'm going to go with my original theory. He's a crybaby beta who blocked me and then unblocked me when he wanted to talk again. Because I have no reason to think anything other than that happened. Okay? I've got nothing to indicate that something other than Ron blocked me and then unblocked me happened. But I can't see what's on his screen. I have to go by what shows up for me. And what showed up for me is that I could no longer message Ron right after he sent me like 15 smiley emojis or whatever. So what is this? All right, we'll cover that. Hold on, I gotta get all these things for Doucette's case locked down here real quick. We're gonna go through that in a little bit. After we do the full Kitchener Comic-Con stuff in just a minute, we're gonna go through this Douchette thing. Let's see. Douchette. All right, and I gotta get one more. But yes, if you remember last time, we talked about the motion to dismiss. Oh my goodness, 53 pages. Jay Wolman, what are you even doing? The motion to dismiss Doucette's case against the Sons of the Confederate Veterans for lack of personal jurisdiction. Jay Wolman has filed apparently 53 pages of nonsense. Much of it are exhibits. It looks like the filing itself is about 20 pages, 19 pages. And then the rest is exhibits. And we will see why they believe that California is the proper jurisdiction for a North Carolina fatso suing a bunch of North Carolina possible racists. Who knows? Who knows? Apparently, I support the Klan now because I want to laugh at Doucette, and I think Jay Wolman is lowercase r retarded. Motion or opposition to motion to dismiss. But apparently you have to be on board with every legal move or else you support the Klan, which is really weird. I don't support the Klan, for the record. I'm not a fan of them, but that's okay. I mean, they do what you do as long as you're not hanging people. That would be great not to do that. But they don't really like any of my friends. So, not sure why I would support them. But, All right, I've got Doucette's documents up. I've got, we've got, what do we got? Let's do whiskey review and Kitchener CANUCK Con. Let's do that. So, here we go. This is the 99 proof Canadian Wayne Gretzky whiskey. This is a rye whiskey, and it is grain is 100% Ontario malted rye, and then some other rye, and then corn. It's aged in an American oak cask, America, and it's finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. So it should give it a nice, fruity, sweet finish. And I have a whole liter here, so we're going to do a generous pour. Hope it's good. That doesn't count. Oh, that's some rye. That's some strong rye. I don't know how long they aged it. Does it say? Most premium of whiskeys. Press X to doubt. 99 proof is a whiskey to sip neat or with a drop of water. Our local grains are individually mashed, distilled, and aged in 100% American oak barrels and finished for more than 100 days in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels from Wayne Gretzky Winery. Each barrel is hand-selected by our master distiller for the quality of the spirit and finished in our rick house. The second maturation imparts a rich complexity to the whiskey and provides a distinct, smooth texture to balance the proof. And every bottle proudly supports the Wayne Gretzky Foundation. So there you go. I got to get the sweet tea smell or taste out of my mouth. We'll wait just a moment. And while we wait, this pause in whiskey tasting is brought to you by channel memberships, which I'm supposed to do this more often, but there is a way to join the channel memberships. I believe it starts like for as little as $1 or as much as like $10. You can join the channel on YouTube, and it's similar to Patreon or New Project 2, but it's a way you can participate in the channel. You do get early access to videos. Your name is green. You get a little shield based on what level you are and stuff like that. It's just a way to participate if you want. But it does give you early access to all of the videos. And if you don't know, I am trying to record several short videos per week. We had one today about Hillary Clinton. And of course, I boomered James Comey's name and called him Flynn, which was just my brain short-circuiting. But so you can go make fun of me for that. There will be another short video tomorrow as well. Typically, I want to put out 4 to 5 of these a week, and you get early access to them while they wait for thumbnails. So you can do that if you want, and then more perks will be forthcoming. Oh, and you also get access to the cooking streams. The cooking streams that are available on also on Patreon, a new project too. There's just a million ways to join the channel, and this is just another one. So here we go. This is members should get Discord. The problem with it is I can't track the membership on YouTube yet. If they add tracking tools so I can actually find out who is a channel member and who isn't, I will do that. But they so far don't have the tools to follow when people join and drop out and stuff like that. I just don't have a way to keep track of it. Patreon, a new project too, give me tools for that. So I apologize. It's still on it's a possibility, but I need some more functionality for it. All right, here we go, guys. Okay. The Cabernet comes in really, really heavy at the end. When it goes in, it's mildly sour. I need another sip in just a second to verify this. You have to message Snaj every month, Gengio? Message me. We'll figure that out. Discord can track YouTube members and Twitch subs? Weird. I'll check it out. I mean, if there's a way to do it. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this one more time. Got to get the. It does have a little bit of a petroleum Bernie smell. Not to be confused with Bernie Sanders, who is apparently Bernie is taken off guard by the fact that no one likes him. So. Okay, second taste. I'm far less impressed than I was the first taste. All right. So yeah, that acrid, alcoholic smell, heavy. This is a young whiskey. It's not aged very long. They don't say how long it's aged. We know it's aged for about a little over 4 months. Well, no, a little under 4 months. In the second aging process, I'm guessing it's like a 3-year whiskey. They're selling it with Gretzky's name alone. I am not a fan of this. It doesn't have a strong rye taste. I actually like rye whiskeys quite a bit. There are good ones out there. This one is not a good whiskey, not a good rye whiskey. That Cabernet Sauvignon, it really overpowers the rye and adds a sweetness that conflicts heavily with the sourness. And I don't like it very much. And yeah, Smell is just rather unpleasant. It doesn't have a nice aroma. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not a fan. No, it's not worse than America bourbon. But I cannot call this whiskey beauty. Eh? This is sad whiskey, eh? Way overstated on the bottle. I'm not a big fan. Not at all. Oh, goodness. Ugh. I mean, I'm still gonna drink it. I'm not gonna not drink it. What am I? Some sort of savage? But I would actually prefer Crown Royal to this. Regular Crown Royal is more pleasing than Wayne Gretzky whiskey. That is the meanest review I could possibly give. Cause that's not a good look. It's better than Jack Daniel's, I think. I don't know, Jack Daniel's has such a distinctive flavor, and I hate. Ugh. Okay. I'm so confused. Why do I have, like... I have things that definitely look like sex chat bots, but they actually interact in the chat in ways that seem like real people. So weird. I don't know what's going on, but I love you all. However that works, it cracks me up. No, don't block them unless they're doing wrong things. No. What did they say? No, leave them be. Leave them be. If they're not spamming, don't block them. I don't think they're bots, guys. Don't time them out and block them, please. Unless they're spamming, please don't do that. They're copying other people's chat messages? Oh, okay, then do block them. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's fine. That's amazing. The bots are gonna win. The bots are gonna win. I'm telling y'all. They're brilliant. All right, let's do these super chats and then let's get into this Kitchener stuff. Sebastian Anon says, have you heard about the conviction of Ezra Candless? YouTube channel that chapter covered it. She was convicted last month of murdering an ex-lover in Wisconsin. Based on the video by that chapter, it appears she tried to use victimhood status as NB. What's NB? To make it appear like she had done it in self-defense. And she still to this day maintains her innocence despite her story contradicting itself. Ultimate epitome of an SJW. So there you go. Yeah, if the sex bots are actually just cheating and copyright infringing your comments, get rid of them. That's fine. Unless they want to bring like 10,000 views, that'd be great. No, I had not non-binary. Oh, non-binary. Okay, it's gender non-binary. No, I had not heard of Ezra Candless. Never heard of it. It being the case, or them. I guess it being Ezra as non-binary might want to be referred to as it. I don't know. RZEQDW says, I remain convinced that millions will die from coronavirus. My workplace apparently agrees. Worldwide mandatory work from home effective immediately. P.S. Can't put in super chat. Check DM for website to shill, please. Oh, yeah. Let me check it. Okay, so he sent me a website to share that apparently is about coronavirus. So if you want to find out information about coronavirus and how it will murder all of us, I'm putting it in the chat now. It's cvdailyupdates.com. So no idea anything about that, who's behind it, or where the information is coming from, but you guys can check it out for yourself. cvdailyupdates.com. I did share it in the chat. You guys can check that out. Next, Blaine 20 says gay, just gay. Ouch. Hey Blaine, how was the Games Workshop day for you? Whatever it was, the 29th. They had a thing, right? Like worldwide, they had a thing. I hope it went well for you. Blaine 20 says, PSA, I got a Ridge wallet and I love it. Yeah, buddy. I feel so much better not sitting on a wallet in my back pocket. Don't forget to put in Nick's discount code like I did, though. No! It's ridge.com/for the fans. And then you put in the promo code for the fans. Those things. That's how you do that. So, well, I'm glad you got one, though, Blaine. I still love mine. Here it is. Although I will say, I've got a mild criticism, and it's not Ridge's fault. Do you see this? That's how American money folds up. This is only $1, but that's how American money folds up. Canadian money folds up like stupidity. It actually doesn't crease. It just sits there and loops. So you have to like mash it down in the middle. It's got these little lumps on the sides. Canadian money is stupid. Blaine, I thought you were going to Warhammer World also. I know Marty went. I thought you mentioned it too, but I could be and likely am wrong. Why did I think you had mentioned it? No, it wasn't you. You're right. How dare you fool me? Oh, you didn't fool me. I mixed up. Okay. That was entirely my fault in the DMs, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I completely mixed that up. I apologize, man. My brain did not work out very well. Okay, next. What am I doing here? Gonna drink some more Wayne Gretzky whiskey. I am senile in my old age. Blaine? King Kangas says, hey, Rackets, you never answered my which is worse question from your panel. Answer, boomer. Seriously, though, it was great to meet you in the Great White North. As payment for meeting you, here's my very first super chat. Oh, hey, thank you. What was the question on which is worse? I can't. It was bad. Oh. Gosh, I don't know. I think the one with Shane. It just has to be terrible. Okay, the infamous GS. If I may, Mr. Rekieta, I'd like to direct your attention to a tweet Animat made earlier in response to tweets from Tony Goldmark. Look for me in your DMs to find it. PS, still hoping for that Animat riffing sometime. I have to know anything about him other than he looks like Sean Schemmel and apparently does children's videos naked, which is disgusting. But I don't know anything about Animat. I invited him on the show. I'd still have him on. I think he's a weirdo. But apparently he made some sort of hate list and he's very proud of it. I think I saw your DM. I think that's where I saw it. Next, Frederick Little says, "Hey Nick, it was an honor and a great privilege to meet you, Lady Rackets, and Vic at KCC. Also, thanks to you and Lady Rackets for doing a shot of Crown Whiskey with me. Hope to meet you again sometime at future cons." Hey, me too, buddy. It was great meeting you. Great hanging out. I appreciate so many people came up and came up to me at Kitchener. It was fantastic. I love meeting people. I love hanging out and chatting with people and just seeing, you know, putting faces to names where it's so much screen name stuff, right? I was talking to a guy lately who he's in a bad spot and doesn't really know many people because all the people he knows, due to some kind of strange circumstances, they're all online. It's all screen names and anonymity and subterfuge, and there's no just simple person that they can be honest with. And that's a really tough spot to be. Now, I'm not there, and I know most of you aren't either, but it's so awesome to get to just hang out with people who are real. I know you're all real, but in the flesh real, and have a drink, have some sushi or wings or whatever. Just hang out and chat and share our smiles and share our grievances and all of that good stuff. I really enjoy it. I am going to have to go upstairs and get something in a minute. Okay, next. Bryce Byerly says, "So can we have a Kitchener Comic Con exclusive mug? Ty lost the panel." I don't know how to do. I mean, I can make the mug. I don't know how to make it exclusive to Kitchener Comic Con, but that would be great. Maybe we should just do that. Maybe we should just make the mug anyway. Ty lost the panel. Love that, Phantom. Yeah, you don't have to go to work anymore. It's perfect. Just tell him a guy on the internet said so. Shabadoo 74 says, "Thanks for coming to KCC. My boys were skeptical about seeing a lawyer at a comic book convention, but at the end, my little one said, 'You're a cool dude.' My tween thought you were pretty all right." Ringing endorsements. Man, your kids were cool. I saw him and I looked at him and I thought, my kids would love hanging out with your kids. It's a shame I couldn't bring them. It's really hard to bring my kids on the convention trips and stuff. One, because I'm working, and two, because, you know, it amps up the cost quite a bit. But you know, someday. But yeah, I looked at your kids and I was like, man, my kids would get along with them so stinking well. They were very similar. Would love hanging out. Maybe someday I'll put them in a car and drive 15 hours to Kitchener and come hang out. But Corona, no spreading lies about me, buddy. Jonathan Lynn says, "Nick, today was my birthday. Can you take a good drink of whiskey for me?" Yes. Let me revisit that in a second. Oh wait, I've got an extra cup here. Oh, this is gonna be a bad move. Jonathan Lynn. Now, this is not Wayne Gretzky whiskey. This is Middleton Very Rare Vintage Release Irish Whiskey. It's a limited run. This bottle, this 750 milliliter bottle, costs about as much as 4 or 5 of those Wayne Gretzky bottles. So and it's not universally true, but it is a pretty safe bet with whiskey that you very much get what you pay for. So, Jonathan, oh God. See, this doesn't smell like gasoline at all. It doesn't smell like gasoline or alcohol or petroleum or anything like that. It smells good. All right, here you go. The way whiskey is supposed to taste. Oh my gosh, that is so much better. Oh. Wow. Siren Jag says Twitter started plugging in hashtag what roast in its own predictive text in its search bar Tuesday. You have me and 30 index cards of Patton Oswalt style jokes to curse for that. Eventually I'll finish posting them. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So Jonathan Lynn, one more time. Happy birthday, buddy. Cheers. All right. JCF Data says, hey, Nick. It was awesome to meet you and Lady Rackets. Kitchener Comic-Con was great. Thanks for the drink. Hope the Gretzky is better than the Crown Royal. It wasn't. I'd rather have the Crown. If you get a chance, call someone the M word. The wife is listening tonight. Oh, we'll do that. Don't worry. We'll do that in a minute. Freighter J says, during the same days as GaryCon, Adepticon is going on nearby just outside of Chicago. Big Wargame Con with lots of 40K going on. You should swing down for a day. Free to attend unless you enter a tournament. Oh, man. We'll see. Lake Geneva is pretty close to Chicago, so maybe. Maybe. I thought that was this weekend. I thought that was this past weekend. So that's cool to hear. It'll be interesting. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's talk Kitchener. Let's talk Kitchener Comic-Con. Let me say first and foremost that Cress and Ron, the con runners, the hosts of Kitchener Comic-Con, were fantastic. Extremely courteous, extremely professional, way too generous. They also know some great eating spots there in Kitchener, and we had a really, really good time. My wife and I had a blast at the show. It was fantastic. That being said, they lied to me, and I've got beef. They're filthy, disgusting liars. And they're going to be apologizing profusely, I'm sure. They kept telling me that Kitchener was a small town. Like, oh, it's just this little place, Kitchener. It even sounds like a small town, right? Like it's the kitchen of the apartment that is Canada. Kitchener is this little place or whatever. Turns out Kitchener's like a little mini metro area with 80 to 100,000 people in it. It's actually pretty decent sized compared to where I live, which is like 1,500 to 2,000 people. So here I am thinking I'm going to be in the backwoods of Canada, walking like in with Eskimos or whatever. And turns out there's like all these restaurants and there's buildings everywhere and like a downtown place. I'm like, what the hell is this? So Kitchener is bigger than advertised. Especially when Cress and Ron tell you that the restaurant is just 2 blocks away. It is not 2 blocks away. Let's be very clear on that. The restaurant was not 2 blocks away. It was like 10 blocks away. Okay? I don't know what metric system counting you were doing, but that was not 2 blocks. All right? But all of that being said, the convention was great. It was this really cool venue. It was like in City Hall or whatever, and there's it's like a rotunda. So there's an inner circle that's kind of walled off, and so they had the artist alley right in the middle. And then around the outside, you had kind of these dual hallways that you could go down. And they had lots of vendors. They had collectible shops. They had Funko Pop guys. They had some really cool stuff. They had an overpriced swords guy. Every con I've been to has an overpriced swords guy, where they sell you replica swords that will break at the first sign of any sort of abuse or use even, but they sell them for like $400 a piece. It's great. I love you. Go overpriced sword guy. I love you. I'm not denigrating you in any way, but they had an overpriced swords guy. They had that was the downstairs, and then they had an upstairs, and upstairs was it just had kind of the outer track of the downstairs in like a C shape. C for Canada. Certainly not a C for see you next Tuesday. A C for Canada was up there, and they had some cosplayers. They had an author, C.A. King, who gave me a copy of her book, which is the most Canadian titled book ever. It's called Super Sorry, which I'm looking forward to reading, even though it's a young adult reading level book, which means I probably won't get there for another couple years. But I look forward to reading above my grade level on that. Anyway, everybody was nice. The staff was fantastic. Their security staff was hilarious. Those guys are great. Never felt unsafe, even for a moment. To be fair, though, I was in Canada, right? A guy could be charging at you with an assault rifle, and you'd be like, he's probably not going to do anything, though. He probably thinks it's a hockey stick. Doesn't know what he's doing. But everything was great. The con was fantastic. They had tons of people at this show. I don't know if there's a final count, because the show is free to attend, right? It's a free to attend show. So they had a ton of foot traffic, people coming in and out all day long. It was so there were lots of people in there, especially Saturday. Saturday was absolutely packed. Sunday was a little bit thinner. If you want to go to the show, I would recommend going on Sunday next year. If you don't like crowds of people, there were a little bit less, but there was still a steady flow of people the entire time, and that was great. Who knows what the actual count was, because there wasn't. I don't believe there was an actual tracking mechanism to count, but easily thousands of people at the show. That said, around the backside of the outer ring, right, there was a panel room, and then there was the VIP room. And the VIP room, for the most part, was populated by Vic and his signing line. And Vic's signing line was fantastic. A smashing success. Tons of people, especially Saturday. You had to wait quite a while to sit in that line. Now, look, I'm not going to get into numbers. I don't know how many people were in Vic's line. I don't know how many people came to the show. I don't know that. What I do know is one thing, okay? I know one thing, and you can take this as you want, but Vic ran a Canadian bank out of American currency and had to get the rest of it exchanged at a second bank. Okay? So, was the show a success for Vic? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. He He broke a Canadian bank of their American dollary dues. So there you go. That's despite all of the people who are freaking out about the show, despite all of the people who are freaking out about Vic, despite it being a small show, this is an hour away from a major airport, guys. This is an hour away from Toronto, which is I think that's the closest international airport, closest major airport. So if people were going to come, like if you were going to hire Russian bots to go flood Vic's line or whatever, you'd have to hire them and then Uber them out to the show. It's not like it's like if this show is in Toronto, you would expect these types of results. The show's out in Kitchener. It's not on the main path, so to speak. Fat morons like LJ Montello trying to put her stupid chin in the way of the show couldn't do it. Couldn't shut it down. Couldn't get the city to shut it down. Couldn't get the sponsors to back out. Couldn't do any of those things that disgusting heap set out to do. Vic came in and cleaned house anyway. It's just how it went. It was actually so wild that some people paid for my autograph despite me not charging, right? I have not charged for autographs, and a couple people insisted on paying for mine, which I was like, oh God, don't do that to yourself. But they did anyway. That's how bad Kick Vic failed at this show. I can't say it enough. Kick Vic failed at what they attempted to do. And all it ever takes is a shred of backbone. Just the tiniest shred of backbone. Just to stand up and say, wait a minute. This isn't your business. This is my business. I run this business, and you can kindly fist yourself. That's it. That's literally it. I will solve all of your problems. The social media brigade, I will solve it for you right now. Here's what you say. Fist yourself. This is my business, and you can eat a hand grenade. I don't care about you. I don't know you. I don't know anything else. Done. Done. Here's a thought. Block their emails. Any of those things work very effectively. That's all it takes. And by the way, if you are out there and you are a worried con owner, runner, whatever, I know a lawyer in central Minnesota who will happily field all of the email complaints that you get. Okay? I know a guy who will just go ahead and do that for you, and probably for very little money, because he would take great pleasure in telling people to shove their nose into a bear trap and die slowly. Okay? That's it. That's all you need to do is just no. No. Do you want to know about Vic Mignogna? No. Well, let me tell you about Nick Rekieta. No. Let me tell you about Todd Habercorn. No. Let me tell you about Chris Sabat. No. Listen. Let me tell you about Monica Rial. No. I made a business decision to bring X person to my con. If I want to bring Jamie Markey, I will rent out the crane and lift her in. That's my choice. If I want to bring Monica Rial, I'll stuff a room with butter-covered donuts and grease the doorways, and she gets to come. That's how it goes. No. Just say no. I don't care what you have to say about it. Because you don't. You don't actually care. No one cares what the random person in the email has to say. And don't pretend like you do. You don't. You barely care what your customers say, and that's a good business. That's not a criticism, by the way, because your customers aren't running the business. You listen to their complaints. When you know they're a customer, you listen to their complaints a little bit, and then you go, okay, I can either change this because I actually screwed up, or I can say, well, we tried, we're sorry. That it's not what you liked. Hopefully we get it right next time, or whatever you want to do. But stop. Just say no. Because you're not actually interested. You've never met this person. You don't know them. Oh my God. They could be sitting with tweezers and a rat and pulling each hair out and gluing it to their face. And then licking their own scrotum for all you know. You know nothing about these people. Stop giving in to them. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. But this is what has to be done. And Kitchener Comic-Con is the evidence. It's the evidence that you need. That all you have to do is say, piss off. Piss off. I don't want to hear your opinion. It's not that important to me. You're in Washington State or Oregon. You're not coming to Kitchener Comic-Con. You're not going to. You never were. You don't even know where Kitchener is. It's right next to Calgary. I'm telling you, because it's Canada. They're all in the same place. They don't even know. All right? They don't know. They don't care. They're just trying to attack someone through you because they're too afraid to do it themselves. Think about that. Think about the reality of what we're doing. People like LJ Montello, Jennifer Lynn Hunt, people like Shane Holmberg, people like Greg Doucette are such pathetic pieces of garbage that they are so afraid that they are using you as a proxy to carry out their attack on someone else. Because they're such weak people. Imagine that. And you're doing it. You're out there doing it for them. You're acting on behalf of lunatics and morons. Don't do it. Don't do it ever. Okay. Joskopy says, hey, Nick, sorry I didn't get to see you while you were up here. Yeah, that's a proper Canadian intro. Would have loved to meet you and Vic. Only had one day off between work weeks. Ah, that sucks. And my back has been destroyed for over a week. Really wanted to be there, man. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Maybe someday I'll make it back to the Great White North. That's, well, and we can hang out. That would be great. Oh my goodness. All right. So, other things that happened at Kitchener, just to kind of round out this segment before we move into the legal document. I had a panel that went really great. I thought the first panel I did was great. It was well received. I know that many of you were annoyed by the loud guy at the panel, and for that, well, that's just the nature of cons, is that sometimes there's a loud guy. And I'm sorry that the recording was not filtering that guy out, but It wasn't really set up to do that. In fact, I think the only recording that's out there was a fan recording of it. The second panel that I did was recorded by the venue, and it was much better, and you could not really hear that person at all. But that said, the first panel is a panel I'll probably do at another convention this year, which is it's about escapism. It's about the importance of preserving escapism as something that's important. Fiction, if nothing else. Fiction, poetry, satire, and then later things like hobbies, games, video games, comics, movies, all of these things, they're escapism. And it's how we go away from the world. This is important. This is important. It's how we get away from the world for the express purpose of processing the world that we're in. Okay? It's how we step back and take a 30, Pete Enns calls it a 30,000 foot view. It's how we take a step back and we look in on the world for a moment and work through some sort of issue. Whatever that issue may be. It could be a lot of things. It could be a big thing. It could be a small thing. It doesn't really matter. Escapism is how we deal with that. And sometimes the issue is something simple, right? The issue is something so simple. I'm frustrated, and it would be great if I were in control and could just run something. That's a strategy game. That's a strategy game. That's all that is. It would just be great if I wasn't taking the orders. I would run things a different way and see how it plays out. And that allows us to put ourselves in the shoes, not in the feet. That's very disgusting. In the shoes of people who do run things. It also allows us to examine problems that leaders run into, and then we might actually refine our views on how complex things are. It doesn't matter, right? Escapism exists in all different ways, in all different mediums, for us to take a step back and look in without all of the drama. Now, if we take all of our escapism, all of our hobbies, all of our pastimes, all of our fantasy, and we insert the realities of life into it such that our escape mirrors life, we didn't escape shit. And we'll hate everything, and we'll all end up starting shotguns. And that is not the goal. Escapism is the opposite of that. It's so we don't end up eating 12 gauge, right? It's so we don't do that. And so I will be refining that panel going forward. I've got another convention that will be announced at some point here. And then perhaps even another convention that will be announced at another point. One of them is a definite probably, and the other one is a definite maybe. And then there's probably even another one on the horizon. So I will be refining that idea. And then depending on who's going to those conventions with me, I may bring in other people to the panels to add some variety and flavor to it. But that is what we're going to be talking about. At those. And I got the chance to have the skeleton of that start to take form at Kitchener Comic-Con. Thank you guys for being the testing ground for that material. It's like a shitty stand-up comedian going to a club. Like, I gotta test some jokes. That's what I felt like. But you got to do it somewhere. Esme, are you going to Matsuri? Okay. Elliot Joubert says, Greg has recently tweeted that Mark and Jay are ruinously expensive. Finally, after all this time, he has given us a take on something he is uniquely qualified to evaluate. Hint, hint, going broke. Oh, I think T. Greg is lying. I don't think Randazza or Wolman are billing him at all. I don't buy it. Not for a moment. But I do think that what? How's their GoFundMe doing? Oh, they broke the 10K mark. I'm very proud of them. Looks like T. Greg got sort of Ron Toye donated. I'm done. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh, looks like maybe Jay Wolman is billing him. Looks like his little plea worked, because 3 days ago a bunch of people donated and no one had donated for 14 days. But 3 days ago a bunch of people did, including another $750 donation. Very, very interesting who that might have been. But Ron Toye with the $100. $100. Ron, did you donate $100 to an absolute dumpster fire of a lawsuit? I don't recall. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, good. I hope they're ruinously expensive, but I bet what happened is this. Greg, you said you could raise the money. Well, I thought I could, because that Rekieta law guy raised money and he's incompetent. So I should have been able to raise money. But you're not raising money, Greg. This costs a lot of money, Greg. Where's the money, Greg? So he makes his tweet, and he has to plead to his supporters, begging them for money. That's a little embarrassing. Hopefully, I don't even care about the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I don't know anything about them. They may be the worst people on earth, but I hope that they win the jurisdictional issue and then move for fees. Oh, that would be so much funnier. God, that would be funny. Whew. Oh. Did I get any gifts at Kitchener Comic-Con? I did. I would love to go get some. But what is this? Here we go. I'm going to test something. Are you guys willing to test something with me? I'm going to go grab a couple gifts from Kitchener Comic-Con. And the test is I'm going to do an ad live. I step away for just a minute. I don't know how this works, but my YouTube guy told me I could do this, which maybe he's a liar. But I'll be right back. And then we'll go through a couple of the things I got, which are great, and then we'll do the Douchette thing. So here we go. Let's see how this works. I don't know, but apparently I clicked on it. I don't know if there's actually an ad. Don't worry, you'll see plenty of Chercoon. There she is. Okay, just a second. Okay. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Woo! All right. So, here are some things. Hold on, I gotta sort some of this stuff out. This is the art made by Pixlexia right here. Look at that. I signed many of these. If you bought one of the online non-attending passes, you'll probably see one of those at some point show up for you. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I stole this. This is not a gift. This is a thief thing. I don't know if the ad actually worked or not, or maybe just inserts an ad there for the replay. I literally have no idea how that works. This I stole this. Look at that. Oh yeah. Robotech. The new generation. But I mainly stole it for this. Look at how cool the 80s were, man. Look at the 80s. Look at these toys. Oh, I wish I could buy them. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. They have an SDF-1 for sale. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is just a cool old Robotech comic. Who cares about that? Like I said, I stole that. What is this? Oh, I did get served while I was in Canada. I did get served by the law offices of Twit and Er from Jay Sean Lemoyne. There was actually a guy legitimately in Jay Sean Lemoyne cosplay. So that was great. Absolutely fantastic. I got this. Guy gave me this. This is cool. Some Broly art. I probably should have had Vic sign this, but you know, I didn't. So, that was beautiful. Beautiful artwork. Thank you. What else do we got here? Oh, someone made me this. This is great. You know those little ring things you make it's like pixel art but in real life. This is this. So someone made me with that little iron plastic things. It's even got the ring. I like that. That's good. It's got the wedding ring on there. So that was fun. And then this was a gift from the Kitchener staff. They gave me this Bob and Doug McKenzie, The Great White North comedy album on LP, which is fantastic. And if you don't know Bob and Doug McKenzie, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how else to deal with that. You should. If you want to properly make fun of Canada, you better know Bob and Doug McKenzie. So there you go. That's a small collection. We got some other stuff that was a little more personal. We got a lot of baked goods. And we got a lot of I got a giant summer sausage, so that was nice. Always good to go to a convention to get some sausage. It's actually really good. I did manage to smuggle it home. There was oh, and there was some whiskey. What am I doing? Where did that go? What? Where? Oh, this isn't whiskey. This is a Scotland alcoholic ginger beer named Krabby's, called Krabby's. So I got this, and this was verified by a Scotsman to be delicious. So I'm gonna try some Krabby's ginger beer, but I'm supposed to save it because I'm supposed to cook something with it also. I'm supposed to finish off some sauteed vegetables with it. So I'm gonna do that and then drink that. I'll do that on a cooking show. And then this is the next whiskey review, which I hope is better than the Gretzky whiskey. This is their Bareface whiskey right there. Triple oak Canadian whiskey, aged 7 years. So we'll be doing that soon. Bareface. We won't be finishing this bottle of Gretzky whiskey anytime soon. And there's also a Kiwi Farmer and a Lol Cow, which I didn't go grab those because I didn't know. We haven't finished unpacking yet, and they're in one of the bags, and I'm not sure where that is right now. But the Lol Cow and the Kiwi Farmer were on display at Kitchener, and they will be making their way back there. We did get other gifts too. I'm not I didn't bring all of them down, but we do appreciate every single gift that we got. Lady Racket's got a Funko Pop Broly, for example. There was a moose, a stuffed moose, as well as a honey badger. So yeah, we got lots and lots of gifts. Everybody was so nice. I can't say it enough. It was so freaking Canadian. It made me want to vomit. Look at this. Look at this. I'm breaking out into a heat rash right now. It's in the bag with the pot. You can't bring pot back from Canada to the States. They don't let you do that. Show tapestry. I don't have the tapestry, Polio. You do. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's where's the money, Douchette? Can you imagine Jay Wolman throwing Douchette against the wall, slapping him? Give me my money. Give me my money, Greg. You said you'd fundraise the money, Greg. Where are you, Greg? Give me the money, Greg. Can you imagine the little manlet Jay Wolman? Slapping around that fat-necked moron. Give me the money, Greg. Oh my God. How fucking embarrassing are these people? Stop hitting me, Jay. Stop it. I'll raise the money, Jay. I'll raise the money. I'll raise the money. You better raise the money, you bald bitch. Oh. Oh. Why? Why are these people such caricatures of real people? Oh. You got money for a Disney vacation? Pay me! Pay me, bitch! Oh, can you imagine? Oh, I bet Jay... How tall is Jay Wolman? I bet that guy's like 5'7". Oh, God. Is there any... how do you even find out? Look at this guy. This guy has got to be short. Turns out he's going to be like 6'5". Like, what? I bet not, though. That should be on every lawyer's bio, right? On their firm webpage. How tall is my lawyer? I'm not even kidding. That should be. How tall is the lawyer? You should get a 6'5" lawyer against like a 5'4" little short lawyer. I'd pick the 6'5" guy. If I'm going to jury trial, I'd pick the 6'5" guy any day of the week. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. I'm dying. I'm dying from the heat. This is crazy. Okay, let's move on. I don't really have much more to say about Kitchener. Kitchener was a success. I hope it was a success for Kitchener itself, for the con. It was a success for me because I had a good time. That's why I go to cons, have a good time, meet people. It was a success for Vic because you know, he got to meet a bunch of fans. He got to spend oh yes, Vic and Lady Rackets did sing Beauty and the Beast impromptu. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Vic played the keys or whatever. Lady Rackets sang. It was beautiful. Napa called him once his look back. Oh my god, I'm dying. I think he was making fun of Greg. That's funny. Oh, melting. But that was a nice moment. Them singing together was great. We had hopefully everything was fun. Is there video of this somewhere? Somewhere there's video of it. He did steal my sushi, by the way. Let's get this clear. We're at Sushi Stars in Kitchener. And it's this place where you pay a flat fee and you just keep ordering stuff and they just keep bringing it to you. So here I am. I had two sushi rolls ordered. I had a basic salmon cream cheese avocado roll, right, with rice and stuff, and then I had this other one with shrimp and some spicy stuff and then salmon on the top, and I am waiting for this thing. I'm sitting there. I've eaten all my other food. I'm just like, well, la-di freaking da, when are they gonna bring that other thing that I ordered? And then I look over and Vic has the plate in front of him as if it's his sushi. Like, what is this? He didn't order that. He didn't even eat it. He didn't want any of it or anything like that. He just was hogging it. It was like when Germany took over Poland, basically. I mean, it's the same thing. He's Hitler. That's what I figured out. This is disgusting. This type of behavior. This is what we have to stop. This is what we have to stop. And I will not stand for it because that was my weird thing with a fried shrimp in the roll but salmon on top. That was mine. And this guy, oh, I'm from Dallas. Hi, my name is Vic Mignogna. I rhyme with lasagna. I'm Italian. Here's some jokes. No! Don't take my food. So, I am not happy about that. Not at all. Just foul. So the next day, I did take revenge. We asked for spicy sauce for some gyoza at the because apparently when you go to Canada, what you do is you eat Japanese food. We asked for spicy sauce for the gyoza. They brought sriracha because apparently they don't know what spicy sauce is. So I took dang near all of it on purpose. And I just shoved it out of the bowl onto my plate. And I was like, here you go, Vic. Here's the remnants of sriracha for you. And that was revenge. And it was sweet. It was deserved. But yeah, so that's just to clarify what happened there. He did indeed steal my sushi. Don't let this man lie to you and tell you otherwise. Because I guarantee you, if you ask, if you're like, Mr. Mignon, like you got like the reporter with the microphone, you know, what is it? Mr. Mignogna, Nick Rekieta, a lawyer in Minnesota, has alleged that you've stolen his sushi. You've stolen his sushi. Is that true, sir? He would say, no, listen, I met that guy and I would never in a million. I deny all of these. He would tell you that he didn't steal my sushi. Don't listen. Don't do that. It's not true. He stole it and he knows it. And he knows it. All right. Let's get on here. All right. God, that Wayne Gretzky whiskey is just gross. Okay, but now that we've sipped it, we're going to take a shot of it. This is how whiskey reviews work. I don't know if you guys remember this. The proper whiskey review involves sipping like a couple glasses of it and then taking a shot of it and regretting everything in the morning. It's mildly better than Fuyu. Hey guys, here's a question for you. This is a legit question in the chat. I'm begging you for your expertise. If you're Vic Mignogna, rhymes with lasagna, all of that stuff, and you're going to start a production studio, what do you call it? Like you're going to start a production studio to do various audio productions. What do you call this thing? This is what I want to know. So like Vic's going to do, I'm going to do anime voiceovers. I'm going to do audiobooks. I'm going to do interactive comics. I'm going to do recorded whatever. I'm going to do some music production. What do you call this thing? Victory Productions? WAP Sounds? I like WAP Sounds. That's good. Something sexual? Fantastic. Mike Mignogna, that's beautiful. Thank you, Salt. Vic the Mike, Vic the Mick. I do not recall studios. I was never attracted to Jamie Markey Incorporated. I would be That Fat Bitch Productions. That needs to be. Spaghetti Star Productions. Rekieta Media. Brilliant. Tillip, I like your style. El Chad Productions. Star Enterprises. Starfleet Audio. Tricorder Recording. Okatron 5001. Jellybean Production Co. Sushi Thief Studios. I love that one. They Lied Productions. Full Metal Vic. What about Get On This Vic Productions? That'd be a good one. Get On This Vic. I like that. West Nile 5000. Listen here, you son of a bitch. I got that copyrighted and trademarked out your ass and you're going to prison. I'm gonna hire Akiva Cohen and he's gonna ream you out with his nose. You know what I mean? Hope you got a gold-plated insurance. Oh. Waterboardum Gay Boy 5000. I like that. Rekieta Beard LLC. Snack Tray Studios. Oh, that'd be great. Filet Mignana Productions. That'd be one I'd pick. Oh. Oh, I'm supposed to take a shot of this. The aftertaste on this is not good. I wouldn't even shoot black people recordings. Maybe that one. Baton's Fuhrer. Oh my god. Remote recordings. Yes. Oh, this is you guys are great. Oh, Rekieta Law Voice Works. Joyous Pants Limited. Woo. For the Fans Studio. Beautiful. Vocal consultation services. Reduce the coefficient of friction so I can take off my pants production. Right, Siren Jag? Does that guy Vaseline his legs to put those pants on? It's embarrassing. Arms to Mars Productions. No. No, stop. Stop. Fanimation, that's good. What if it was just Manime? Oh god, that'd be a great studio. Manime. If I ran Manime Pictures, I would license interspecies reviewers yesterday. Oh my god, that'd be great. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna shoot that. This isn't much of a shot. Let's do this better. How's your sex life, studios? You're gonna make me spill Wayne Gretzky whiskey. All right, here we go. Here we go. Got this is about a shot. Just so we're aware. I'm not looking forward to this. It's a big shot. Ugh. It's more than a normal shot. Ugh. I will say it's better than sipping it. Only because I'm not looking forward to another sip next. Ugh. Gross. Oh. Ugh. 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 It's just nasty. Okay. All right, let's move on to this document. So this is the opposition to defendants Ronald Kevin Stone's North Carolina Division Sons of Confederate Veterans Inc. motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction. Good luck. I say good luck to Jay Wolman. He's trying here. He's realized what his problem is. I think he knew. He knew. Remote soft entertainment. I'd be like remote slap productions. Jay knows he's up against the ropes here. And let's make no bones about it. Jay is up against the ropes here. I don't know what this document looks like, but his initial complaint does not make a strong case for personal jurisdiction over the Sons of Confederate Veterans or Robert Stone. Ronald Stone. They don't. They're in North Carolina. T. Greg's in North Carolina. Everybody on Earth wants to know why this is in California. Oh, God, every sip is bad. 18 Naked Cowboys Productions. Let's do that. So we've got a statement of issues, statement of relevant facts, legal standard argument. Let's take a look at the summary of their argument here. Defendants purposefully directed their conduct towards California. Defendants engaged in intentional acts. And what they're going to say is the DMCA request. They're going to say the DMCA request was directed to California. Good luck on that. Defendants expressly aimed their intentional acts at California. Defendants' intentional acts caused harm that defendants knew was likely to be suffered in California. How the fuck would they know that Greg's Dropbox would suffer harm in California? Honestly, nobody expects a random North Carolina lawyer to have any harm suffered in California. That is nonsensical. But the overwhelming majority of the harm would be in North Carolina, where the parties and the issue at question is located in North Carolina. But I'm sorry. I'm prejudging this because of the alcohol. That's what's causing me to prejudge it. Jay is trying his damnedest. He knows, like I said, he knows he's up against the ropes here. Plaintiff's claim arises out of defendant's contacts with California. Not really, though. Exercising personal jurisdiction over defendants would be reasonable. Purposeful interjection. No, see, here's the thing. You can't send a DMCA request to only the North Carolina version of Dropbox. You can't do that. So this is silly. And actually, there's no reason to know that California would take jurisdiction over all DMCA requests in Dropbox. There's no specific reason you would know that. And again, they're going to have to overcome Joe, which says this is unreasonable. So burden on the defendants. Burdens on the plaintiff to show extent of conflict with the sovereignty of North Carolina. Oh, that's interesting. California's interest in adjudicating the dispute is basically zero. The most efficient judicial resolution of the controversy would be in North Carolina. The importance of California to plaintiff's interest in convenient and effective relief. Yeah, the California's interest is you think that the California communists will rule against the Klan in North Carolina. That's what you think will happen. The existence of an alternative forum is North Carolina, so that'll be interesting to read. Defendants consented to personal jurisdiction in California. Ooh. And this court is the most convenient forum for this dispute. All of the evidence, literally all of it's in North Carolina. California is the most convenient. We'll check this out. Great job. Defendants perpetuated a fraud on a court where the University of North Carolina entered into a sham consent judgment as political cover to give defendants $2.5 million in a controversial statue honoring the Confederate soldiers. Soldiers! Jay Wolman, you fucking moron! It's soldiers, not solders. Hold on. I'm doing this on the fly. Here, I'm going to tweet this to Jay Wolman. Right now. What's this stupid... Oh, damn it. Jay Wolman. Here we go. Wolman J. Oh, God. There we go. Tweet sent. What an idiot. All right. Sorry, sometimes live tweeting is important. Mr. Douchette, an active member of the legal community. Oh, please. Oh, fucking please. Learned of this fraud on the court and shared its details with the general public. Plaintiffs used Dropbox, headquartered in San Francisco, California, to host and share proof of defendants' fraud, including an email letter from R. Kevin Stone to the membership of the North Carolina chapter of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, admitting that the lawsuit was baseless in an attempt to conceal their fraud from public scrutiny. Defendants sent an unlawful takedown request on the DMCA to Dropbox, claiming that plaintiff sharing Stone's confession of misconduct constituted copyright infringement. Defendants knew this notice made material misrepresentations. They could not have believed in good faith. None of this is relevant to the DMCA, by the way. Oh, wait, no. They're saying that the DMCA notice. Sorry. I thought they were talking about the letter. Defendants knew that this notice made material misrepresentations. They could not have believed in good faith that plaintiff's use of this evidence was not fair use. Why not? Why? It's not fair use. I mean, that's the position they'll take. That is, of course, it's not fair use. He doesn't change it. He doesn't transform it. There's no newsworthiness in his Dropbox sharing. It's not to a blog. It's not to anything else. It's not on his. He put it on Twitter. He put the link to his Dropbox on Twitter. They're going to make a very reasonable argument that this is not fair use. Now, you may win the fair use argument, but saying that it's materially misrepresented as them saying that they didn't make a... Here's a trick, okay? They're doing this in the Ninth Circuit because there's a decision out there called Universal Media Group versus Lens, in which case the Ninth Circuit awarded attorney's fees to the prevailing party, which was Lens, who prevailed over Universal Media Group, because Universal Media Group did not do a good faith fair use review. Here's the problem. All Sons of Confederate Veterans has to do is show that they made a good faith, fair use review, and even if they're wrong, you shouldn't win attorney's fees. That's the problem with using UMG versus Lens, okay? Now, they're going to try to expand Lens to cover this, saying that they may have done some cursory fair use review, but it wasn't reasonable or whatever. But the decision in UMG versus Lens is limited to the fact that in UMG versus Lens, UMG didn't do any fair use review at all. They had a bot, basically, which looked for Universal's content and then automatically flagged any video that was using Universal's content at all, which is why a lady showing a picture of her kid dancing to a Prince song got flagged, even though the Prince song was faint and in the background, and the focus of the video was clearly the child. It was transformative of the Prince song. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was a Prince song. It was that her kid was dancing. That was the focus of the video. That's why people were watching. It could have been literally any song at all. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was a Prince song specifically. And they didn't do a fair use analysis at all. And they admitted to that in court. That's why they're in the Ninth Circuit. That's why they're trying to do this here. They want to use UMG versus Lens because it's the only jurisdiction, to my knowledge, that has justified an award of fees on a false DMCA for failure to do a proper fair use analysis. So that's the thrust of their argument, because otherwise, if they win, listen, this is important. If they win outside of the Ninth Circuit, it's possible they only get actual damages. And the actual damages to Greg Doucette are basically nil. They shut down his Dropbox for a little bit during the DMCA request, and then they dropped the DMCA. They dropped it on his counter notification. So worst case scenario, his Dropbox was shut down for like 14 days. That's it. That's all the damage he suffered, is that his Dropbox was inaccessible to the public for 14 days. Literally, that's the damage. How much damage did that do monetarily to him? I don't know, $1, $10, $100, $1,000. No substantial amount. There are no actual damages. All they're trying to do is to extract legal fees from the Sons of Confederate Veterans to pay Randazza. That's the goal. That's the end goal, to punish SCV by making them pay legal fees. Anything else they say is a fucking lie. It's a lie. Of course this is the goal. Lawyers have to say it's something else. Oh, we want to preserve the integrity of the DMCA. Bullshit. Greg Doucette wants to punish racists for what they did. Fine. Got it. But they're going to claim it's something else. But that's their goal. Know that that's the goal. That's the only reason on earth that you bring this copyright claim in California, because it's the place where the appellate court has controlling authority on this issue. It's the only place, to my knowledge. There isn't any in North Carolina. Okay? That's what they want. They want the fees. Period. They want declaratory relief and then the fees. The fees are the key. And if they lose jurisdiction in California, they may not even bring it in North Carolina, because there's no guarantee that they'll get fees there. Anyway, where did I do this? Let's see. This deception was successful, and Dropbox disabled sharing on plaintiff's account, preventing them from sharing proof of defendant's fraud or any other documents. Statement of issues to be decided. Now, Jay is writing this very clearly and carefully because he knows he's about to get fisted on this jurisdictional argument. Whether the court may assert personal jurisdiction over defendants Ronald Kevin Stone and NCSCV. Whether the court should transfer this case to the Middle District of North Carolina under the doctrine of forum nonconveniens if the court may assert personal jurisdiction over defendants. Now, criticism of Jay Wolman. He wrote both of these statements of issues incorrectly. A legal writing professor would tell him to write them so that they answer in the affirmative. He has written both of these questions so that the court has to answer in the negative. And people are less predisposed to answering in the negative than in the positive, as the research would show. So he should have written whether the court should assert personal jurisdiction. Well, this one is written in the positive. Sorry. May assert. It should be should assert personal jurisdiction over defendants Ronald Kevin Stone and NCSCV. That should be written in the positive. The next one is whether the court should transfer this case to the Middle District of North Carolina under the doctrine of foreign nonconvenience if the court may assert personal jurisdiction over defendants. He should have rewritten this so the answer is yes. Whether the court should preserve jurisdiction over this case as the most convenient forum under the doctrine of forum nonconveniens if the court may assert personal jurisdiction over defendants. That's how he should have written it, something like that, so that they answer yes to both questions. You want the court to answer yes, always answer yes. Statement of relevant facts. Mr. Douchette is an attorney who often shares legal news through his law firm, the law offices of T. Greg Doucette, PLLC, TDG Law. Plaintiffs have an account on Dropbox, an online file hosting service that allows the storage and transmission of digital files. Dropbox is headquartered in San Francisco, California. Dropbox website office page attached as Exhibit 1. Dropbox's terms of use, to which both plaintiffs and defendants consented, calls for claims to be filed in this jurisdiction. So we'll take a look at Exhibit 2. The University of North Carolina had a statue known as Silent Sam commemorating the Confederacy prominently placed at the gates of the institution since 1913. Sam's defenders claimed that he was a non-racist symbol of history. However, in 2011, it was revealed that when Silent Sam was unveiled in 1913, KKK supporter Julian Carr announced that the Confederate soldiers it honored had saved the very life of Anglo-Saxon race in the South and told the following story. Now, notice what they've done here. A racist said this about the statue. That's what it means. 100 yards from where we stand, less than 90 days, perhaps after my return from Appomattox, I horsewhipped a Negro wench until her skirt hung in shreds because upon the streets of this quiet village she had publicly insulted and maligned a Southern lady and then rushed for protection to these university buildings where was stationed a garrison of 100 federal soldiers. I performed the pleasing duty in the immediate presence of the entire garrison and for 30 nights afterwards slept with a double-barrel shotgun under my head. Okay. What does that have to do with the statue? Ironically, this was the speech given as a sheet was removed from Silent Sam. What? What does this even say? Okay, I don't think I'm too drunk for this. Ironically, this was the speech given as a sheet was removed from Silent Sam. Oh, okay. I got it now. There was a sheet covering the statue that was removed. So they're unveiling the statue. And this is the speech that was given. Okay, I got it. As one metaphor for the Ku Klux Klan was removed, the statue was dedicated with the spirit of bigotry for all time, or at least until some members of the community enraged by this revelation brought it down. Okay. On August 20th, 2018, protesters tore Silent Sam down, and UNC did not restore the statue to its former place. November 27th, 2019, NCSCV filed a lengthy complaint against UNC, initiating the case NC Division Sons of Confederate Veterans versus University of North Carolina at Chapel. Carolyn? Seriously? Carolyn? Pardon me. I have to eat off stream because it's YouTube. That's delicious. Sweet Carolyn. At Chapel Hill and University of North Carolina Board of Governors, blah, blah, blah. Within 7 minutes of this filing, UNC filed an answer to the complaint, and a judge signed a consent judgment between the parties by which UNC agreed to pay NCSCV $2.5 million and deliver Silent Sam to NCSCV. It is apparent from these filings that UNC officials had already approved the transfer of funds and Silent Sam prior to NCSCV filing suit, and was waiting for the full Board of Governors to approve the settlement as was required by law. A committee approved it, and they got in the way of this agreement, for better or worse. After plaintiffs uploaded the docket entries of the UNC case to their Dropbox account and shared them online, a member of NCSCV sent Mr. Douchette a victory proclamation from Defendant Stone on December 2nd, 2019. This proclamation spelled out clearly that NCSCV knew it did not have standing to bring its claims against UNC and was aware it had no chance of prevailing due to the issue of standing, yet decided to bring suit against UNC anyway. Don't ever do this. I can't stress enough. Don't do this. If you're in a lawsuit, don't do it. Here I am eating popcorn like an idiot. Once the court was apprised of the lack of standing, it vacated the consent judgment and dismissed the case. It appears NCSCV had improper communications with officers and Board of Governors members of UNC. How are they improper? Who did not disclose to necessary stakeholders, including the public. This plan was in the works by which these UNC members were willing to abdicate their fiduciary duty immediately. Here's what they're doing, by the way. This is a jurisdiction question, right? This entire thing is a jurisdiction question. What they're trying to do is appeal to the California judges to litigate the case. This is a valid tactic. I want to say this. This is a valid tactic. They want to get the California judges, whatever. They want the California judge interested in the case so the judge finds an excuse to exercise jurisdiction. That's the only plan that they have right now. None of this has anything to do with whether or not the defendants entered into personal jurisdiction in California, right? That's the issue here, right? Whether or not California is the proper forum for this lawsuit. Notice what none of the issue so far has been about. Jay Wolman is telling a story of racists trying to preserve, through shady means, a racist statue in the hopes that the California judge will hate racists enough to exercise jurisdiction over the Sons of Confederate Veterans. That's what's going on. That's it. None of this has anything to do with whether or not they actually consented to the jurisdiction of California. And I apologize for eating, but after this much Wayne Gretzky whiskey, which, by the way, is 99 proof, so it's almost 50% liquor, I am thoroughly tossed. Next. Plaintiffs uploaded their document to their Dropbox account and shared it online. Within hours, defendants sent Dropbox a takedown request to Dropbox. In this district, under the DMCA, demanding that Dropbox remove access to the Victory Proclamation. In response to the DMCA request, Dropbox disabled access to their Victory Proclamation. Oh my goodness! And disabled plaintiffs' ability to share anything through their Dropbox account. Good. Legal standard. There are two forms of personal jurisdiction, general and specific. Plaintiffs do not assert defendants are subject to general personal jurisdiction. Defendants are, however, subject to specific personal jurisdiction. California's long-arm statute is coextensive with the federal constitution, and so the only relevant analysis is under the federal constitution. Allen versus ConAgra Foods. The propriety of exercising personal jurisdiction over a non-resident defendant involves a three-factor analysis. The non-resident defendant must purposefully direct his activities or consummate some transaction within the forum or resident thereof, or perform some act by which he purposefully avails himself of the privilege of conducting activities in the forum, thereby invoking the benefits and protections of its laws. They're going to argue that filing a DMCA request to a company that happens to be located in California is asking California for jurisdiction over a federal question. This is a weak argument. Upon the plaintiff satisfying the first two prongs. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I got to read the second prongs. The claim must be one which arises out of or relates to defendant's forum-related activities, and the exercise of jurisdiction must comport with fair play and substantial justice, i.e., it must be reasonable. Upon the plaintiff satisfying the first two prongs, the defendant must present a compelling case. The exercise of jurisdiction would not be reasonable. Though the court may not accept the truth of claims of plaintiff's complaints, in plaintiff's complaint, if contradicted by an affidavit or declaration of defendants at this stage, it must resolve conflicts between the facts, not the law, the facts contained in the parties' affidavits in plaintiff's favor. The facts indicate the defendants are subject to personal jurisdiction in this court. Now, jurisdiction is a mixed question of fact and law. So let's see what their argument is. Wait, someone is complaining about defendants. Anyway, argument. Defendants purposefully directed their conduct towards California. When defendants sent their DMCA takedown notice to Dropbox, they knew or should have known that they were purposely directing it to California, expecting that action be taken in California and limiting plaintiff's ability to use its property held in California. Now, the question remains as to why they would know that when this is a DMCA. This is a federal statute. There's no California law at play here. There's federal law at play. The fact that Dropbox happens to be located in California with their primary offices has nothing to do with what defendants would know about where those offices are located. Specifically, the ones that handle DMCA requests. That's the argument the defendants have already made. That's not my argument. That's them. And limiting plaintiff's ability to use his property held in California. That's ridiculous. This line is flatly stupid. No one thinks of Dropbox and goes, oh yeah, my Dropbox documents are held in California. Nobody on earth thinks that way. Oh, shoot. I got a couple of chats here. Eric Stein says, hey, Nick. Been keeping up with you on replay as my job switched me over to the road runs. So my day switched from nights to running 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. most days. Keep up the grifting for the GoFundMe, you lanky man. Oh, well. Listen, if you're going to talk dirty to me, I will. And then Billy the Kid Lawrence says, Olin Rogers Soda Parlor in Nashville, Tennessee was hit by a tornado. If you wish, this is for those who lost their... Oh my God, hold on. This is for those who lost their jobs, charity, and to potentially make a new soda parlor building. Heart GoFundMe.com/the soda parlor. The-soda-parlor. There you go. So there you go. You guys can check that out. Olin Rogers Soda Parlor in Nashville, Tennessee. What kind of tornado hits in March? Okay. Anyway, back to the document. Limiting its property in California. Nobody thinks of their property in Dropbox. Their Dropbox documents as property held in California. Nobody does. They actually don't know. I don't know where the server is located in which my Dropbox files exist. Okay? Like, for example, in my Dropbox, right now, I have the clerk's record in Manana versus Funimation. At all. Right? I don't know if that's Dropbox in Texas. I don't know if those servers are in Utah, California, New York, Singapore, Paris, England, Thailand, China. Maybe my servers have WooFlu. I don't know. I don't know where they are. When did this become a feeder string? Listen, the more Canadian whiskey I drink, the more popcorn I'm going to eat. Speaking of which, let's do another half shot of Gretzky. Because that seems like a good plan, right? This is a half shot. This is probably a real shot. Not like a double, like before. This is how much I care about this filing. The official Spectrum. Hey, it was nice meeting you too, buddy. I don't know who you were based on your screen name, but I'm down with it. Oh, we're going to do drunk Twitch after. Make no mistake. We got to beat Doom. Disgusting. Oh, filthy. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, I hope you get cancer. Oh, ah. Ugh. I need to eat this, the salt. Look, I hope he recovers from the cancer. I hope he makes it through the cancer and recovers, but oh my God. Oh, it's filthy. Oh, it's disgusting. Foo you, Wayne. Foo you. I'm trying to drink good whiskey. Why do you do this to me? Ugh. Oh my God. Ugh. Plaintiffs recognize that they must establish that defendants purposefully directed activities towards California. Schwarzenegger versus Fred Martin Motor Company. Oh my God. Purposeful direction occurs when the defendant directed actions toward the forum that were performed outside the forum. They're going to ignore Joe, I bet. Oh, that's going to be great. For intentional torts, courts in the Ninth Circuit apply the effects test establishing Calder v. Jones, examining purposeful direction of a defendant's activities towards a forum. Here, plaintiffs' claims for declaratory relief in violation of 17 U.S.C. 512F, copyright-related claims are properly analyzed under the Calder test. This court in Automatic v. Steiner found that this analysis was best suited for a 17 U.S.C. Section 512F claim, as a claim of misrepresentation under the DMCA is a tort-like cause of action. Now, they're using this 2015 case, and they're ignoring Joe, that the other side brought up. Joe was... Where are we? Can I bring this up? Let's see if we have... Douchette here. Why can't I find this? Oh, whoops. There we go. That's why. That's not right. This one. Oh, come on. Let's see. Let's find this Joe thing real quick. Oh, Doe, not Joe. Oh my God. Doe versus Geller is a 2008 case. Facts of the Doe case are strikingly similar. As in this case, the plaintiff in Doe asked the court. So here we have DMCA on YouTube. And in their case, they're using a more recent case, which is Automatic versus Steiner. What is this case? Welcome to drunk streaming. I'm going to search for things on the fly. Let's see. Let's see. This action arises under subsection F of the DMCA. Here, I'll bring this up over here for you guys. Woo! We're doing it live. which provides a cause of action against any person who knowingly materially misrepresents that material or activity infringes a copyright and to utilize DMCA's takedown notice procedures. Plaintiffs Automatic Inc. and Oliver Hotham allege that defendant Nick Steiner violated subsection 512F by knowingly misrepresenting that Hotham published material on Automatic's website and infringed defendant's copyright. Defendant has not filed an answer or otherwise responded to this action, and default has been entered by the clerk. May 22nd, 2014, plaintiffs filed a motion for default judgment. A hearing was held at which the court requested supplemental evidence regarding damages. For the reasons explained below, it is recommended that plaintiff's motion for default judgment be granted. This is a problem already, because this is a default judgment in which the opposing party didn't file a response at all, right? So we're already having a problem because the responding party didn't respond. If a copyright owner, blah, 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 blah. Factual allegations and evidence are takedown notices. Hotham is a student journalist residing in London who maintains a blog on WordPress, a web publishing platform operated by Automatic. Automatic is a corporation based in San Francisco that operates WordPress as an open source for users to work on, change, or contribute to in an effort to empower a community of bloggers. While Automatic's free and user-friendly hosting of digital content promotes expression, it also creates potential for copyright infringement. In May or June of 2013, Hotham read an article about an organization called Straight Pride UK on the blog BuzzFeed. Hotham contacted Straight Pride UK, identifying himself as a student and freelance journalist. Hotham asked if he could send Straight Pride UK some questions about the organization to find out a bit about who's involved and what it hoped to accomplish. They should have been alarmed by the S in organization. If it was an American, it would be a Z. On July 29, 2013, a staffer from Straight Pride UK responded affirmatively, and Hotham promptly sent a list of questions. Defendant responded to Hotham's questions on August 1st, 2013. In his email response, defendant identified himself as a press officer. August 3rd, 2013, Hotham posted an article to his blog on WordPress in which he discussed the information provided by Straight Pride in the press statement. Who cares what he wrote? Hotham also posted the questions he sent to Straight Pride UK and the corresponding answers to the press statement. On the same day that Hotham posted the article on the blog at WordPress, defendant sent an email to both Hotham and Automatic with the subject line DMCA removal request. Automatic responded to defendant and informed him that the DMCA takedown notice has been received and reviewed for completeness, and that Automatic disabled access to material identified as infringing. Automatic also informed defendant that Hotham would have an opportunity to formally challenge this removal. Plaintiffs allege that Automatic disabled access to Hotham's blog posts in reliance on defendant's takedown notice. But for those misrepresentations, Automatic would not have disabled access to the posts identified in the notice. Following the removal of his blog post, it appears that Hotham posted more content to his blog on WordPress pertaining to the press statement. Defendant notified Automatic that Mr. Hotham has now put up another post here. Defendant claimed that Mr. Hotham is pursuing a code of conduct that amounts to harassment and is encouraging others to harass us and repost his blog, which contains our name, links and wordings to their blogs hosted on WordPress.com. Automatic wrote the following in response to defendant's second email. WordPress.com is in no position to arbitrate content disputes or make any form of legal judgment on allegations or claims. Please provide us with a formal court order, including a court's decision regarding this particular content. If any content is found to be defamatory or illegal by a court of law, it will be removed immediately by WordPress. On August 14th, defendant sent a third email asking Automatic again to take down certain content. Defendant wrote that he had a good faith belief that the use of the copyrighted materials described above as allegedly infringing is not authorized by the copyright owner. In response to defendant's third email, Automatic informed defendant that the DMCA takedown notice you have submitted is incomplete and asked defendant to resubmit the takedown notice with additional information. So already we have a problem, right? The defendant in this case is submitting the takedown notice, whereas in Douchette's case, the plaintiff is submitting the takedown notice. Plaintiffs allege automatic expended staff time and resources in reviewing the takedown notices, disabling Hotham's post, notifying Hotham of the takedown notices, handling requests for comment from press, and pursuing the instant action. Plaintiffs also allege that Hotham expended time and resources corresponding with automatic about the takedown notice and addressing this dispute. Further, Hotham alleges his free speech rights have been chilled. So in this case, the defendants are on the opposite side, right? I think. I don't even know anymore. When entry of judgment is sought against a party who has failed to plead or otherwise defend, a district court has the affirmative duty to determine whether its jurisdiction over the subject matter and parties. Subject matter jurisdiction is proper under 28 U.S.C. 1331 because plaintiff's claim arises under the DMCA, a federal statute. Plaintiffs allege that defendant is subject to personal jurisdiction on two independently sufficient bases. One, consent by agreement to the WordPress terms of service, and specific jurisdiction through minimum contacts with the state of California. Okay, here we go. This is the meat of their argument. Plaintiffs present evidence that defendant consented to personal jurisdiction when he accepted the WordPress terms of service in order to file his takedown notice. Plaintiffs state the defendant's second and third takedown notices show the defendant was logged in as a WordPress.com user. Plaintiffs further state the defendant could not have become a WordPress.com user without accepting the WordPress.com terms of service. Plaintiffs present evidence that WordPress's terms of service include a forum selection clause identifying state and federal courts located in San Francisco County, California, as a proper venue for disputes arising from the use of WordPress. Plaintiffs allege that acceptance of a forum selection clause is evidence of consent to personal jurisdiction in the forum. The court may therefore properly exercise jurisdiction over the defendant. Ninth Circuit wrote that, in general, a party has consented to personal jurisdiction when the party took some kind of affirmative act, accepting a forum selection clause, submitting a claim, filing an action that fairly invited the court to resolve the dispute between the parties. This court has previously applied SEC versus Ross to hold that an assertion of rights can constitute the type of affirmative act contemplated in Ross, constitute consent to personal jurisdiction. See Crunchyroll versus Pledge. Adopting report and recommendation finding the submission of a counter notification to YouTube to be an affirmative assertion of rights to constitute consent to personal jurisdiction. So this is a YouTube question, which is what's going on in Doe, that is contrary. So that's very interesting. Dude says, hey man, have you heard of the game Mechanicus? I have. I actually own the game Mechanicus. Mandalore Gaming did a great review video on it that I highly recommend. He's also done a few other 40k games, and he's a great YouTuber. Anyway, have a great night. Love you, man. Yes. I have Mechanicus. I own it. I've never played it. I should. Let me tell you guys, exclusive, released right now, I will be opening a new channel probably this week that is called Rekieta Media. It will have to do with video games, comic books, movies, and anything that is not law related, commentary that is not law related. I hope to God that you will all subscribe to it immediately, that you will help me reach the 4,000 watch hours or whatever we will have, so that we can get that channel up and running. But that is coming this week, maybe even tomorrow. It will not be Let's Plays, make no mistake. It will be commentary on issues that aren't related to law topics. That's it. It will not... Don't you dare call it a Let's Play channel. There will not be Let's Plays on it. There will be just me drunkenly complaining about other shit that's not legal. Which one will have live streams? This one for now. Here, defendant's conduct of accepting terms of service is sufficient to constitute consent to personal jurisdiction in California. Again, they haven't actually argued against this. Now, the difference here, and in this case, how do we do this? Automatic versus Steiner, and I'm about done because my legal analysis skills are going out the fucking window as we speak. In Automatic versus Steiner, they consented to personal jurisdiction because they used Dropbox. In this case, I don't think they ever consented to using Dropbox. Let's see. Here. Plaintiff's second asserted basis for personal jurisdiction. Defendants' consent to jurisdiction based on their use of Dropbox and the takedown notification process is likewise baseless. Although plaintiffs were required to consent to the jurisdiction of a federal district court before submitting their counter notification, notably, the statute requires a subscriber within the United States who is issuing the counter notification consent to jurisdiction of the federal district court for the district where the subscriber resides, not where the service provider is located. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this because they actually included the Dropbox website office page. Very good. Terms of service. Let's see. Respond to notices of alleged copyright infringement if they comply with the law, and such notices should be reported using our copyright policy. Serve the right to delete or disable content alleged to be infringing. Designated agents for notice of copyright is in San Francisco. Limitation of liability, resolving disputes. Let's try to sort things out first. We want to address your concerns without needing a formal legal case. Before filing a claim against Dropbox, you agree to try to resolve the dispute informally by contacting disputeNotice@dropbox.com. We'll try. I wonder if T. Greg did this. This will be an interesting question. We don't know if T. Greg even did this. We'll try to resolve the dispute informally by contacting you via email. If a dispute is not resolved within 15 days of submission, you or Dropbox may bring a formal proceeding. Judicial forum for disputes. You and Dropbox agree that any judicial proceeding to resolve claims relating to these terms of service will be brought in the federal or state courts of San Francisco County, California. Subject to the mandatory arbitration provisions below, both you and Dropbox consent to venue and personal jurisdiction in such courts. If you reside in the country, for example, a member of the state of the European Union, laws that give consumers the right to bring disputes in the local courts, this paragraph doesn't affect those requirements. So this is interesting. They've got a problem here. You and Dropbox agree to resolve any claims regarding these terms of services through final and binding arbitration by a single arbitrator. This isn't binding arbitration. This is a federal court. If I were the Sons of Confederate Veterans, I would say this is subject to mandatory arbitration. Because they included Dropbox as a party. They did not submit themselves to binding arbitration. except as exceptions. You decline this agreement to arbitrate by clicking here and submitting an opt-out form within 30 days of first registering your account. Exceptions. Either you or Dropbox may assert claims if they qualify in a small claims court in San Francisco or any United States county where you live or work. Either party may bring lawsuits solely for injunctive relief to stop unauthorized use or abuse of the services or intellectual property infringement without first engaging in arbitration or the informal dispute resolution process described above. If the agreement to arbitrate is found not to apply to you or your claim, you agree to the exclusive jurisdiction of state and federal courts in San Francisco County, California to resolve your claim. All right. They should move for arbitration. T. Greg accepted Dropbox's agreement to arbitrate, and yet he's bringing claim in federal court. We have no idea if he tried to resolve the dispute by submitting an email here. They haven't mentioned it, yet they're trying to rely on this section. Well, what the hell did they do? Spectre, yeah, I saw your thing. I've actually got their stipulation here. They're in settlement talks. There you go. Trying to extend the time to March 20 for response. Parties are currently engaged in settlement negotiations. Dispute may be resolved without further need for judicial intervention. Let me tell you about these settlement talks. This is where T. Greg gets blown the fuck out and gets offered the opportunity to withdraw his claim because it's bullshit. That's the reality here. Oh, is my mic picking up my chewing? I'm sorry. I'll eat further back. I'm dying. I've had too much Canadian whiskey. Let me do some ASMR chewing. All right. So long story short, they have a problem with jurisdiction. They've had a problem with jurisdiction from the start. I'm not going to go through this document. I don't care anymore. If they're in settlement talks, the settlement is going to be T. Greg dropping the suit. That's it. That's going to be the settlement. The settlement will be anonymous. They'll pretend that they won something. And Sons of Confederate Veterans will be like, you drop the suit and we don't fucking go after you for fees, you dumbass. That's how it's going to be. All right. There's no way you settle this if you think you're going to win. And you're T. Greg, right? Listen, think about this. T. Greg has every motivation on earth to take this suit to jury trial. He can own the racists. He can win fees. He can show that they falsely DMCA'd because he's going to win in the Ninth Circuit. What motivation on earth does T. Greg Douchette and Jay piece of shit Wolman have to do with this? What motivation do they have to drop this suit? The only thing they have to drop is that they won't get absolutely anal raped on fees. That's it. That's the only thing that they have. Because if they lose on jurisdiction, then Jay Wolman brought this case in bad faith in California, and he fucking knows it. Jay, you're not an idiot. You know you did this to flex on them. You know you did this improperly and you're a piece of shit for doing it. Jay Wolman is a liar and a cunt and a coward, and he knows it. Randazza, you should fire this faggot before... Whoops. You should fire this guy before he gets you in trouble. Because he is bringing nonsense claims. Absolutely nonsense claims. And he knows it. He knows he's going to lose this. He knows. If they settle, of course, he's going to settle for the proposition that they won't get absolutely reamed out on fees. He knows it. I gotta stay. Why is my mic picking up chewing? Demonetized. As if any live stream I've done in the past 6 months has been monetized. Oh my God. But no, he knows he's going to get killed on. He knows he's going to get killed on the jurisdiction question. The question is, does Sons of Confederate Veterans win on fee requests in California? And maybe they do. Maybe they do unless they settle this thing out. So the settlement will be T-Grab drops the lawsuit, keeps his 10 grand or whatever that he got from the GoFundMe, and continues to steal money. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but T-Greg has a habit of stealing funds from people who contribute to his GoFundMes, right? You have to look no further than his CPAP GoFundMe, in which he decided to, request like $2,500, but keep it open while $9,000 or something was raised, and not report that to his bankruptcy court. Matt Fields, I believe you that they're unbearable. I don't know why they're picking up, why the microphone's picking them up. That's what I don't know. All right. But anyway, so we'll see. We'll see if they settle this out. I hope that they don't. I really hope that they don't. I hope the Sons of Confederate Veterans fights it, but they've got to spend a bunch of money to do so. He wants to settle with the Confederates. Does Douchette hate their union? That's a good question. That's a question. And yeah, the Texas Bar GoFundMe's I for Warrior. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a good question. Where's the money? Where's the money, Doucette? Where's the Texas law license, Doucette? You've had plenty of opportunities to get admitted into the state of Texas. Where is it? I think what I'll do, maybe I'll get admitted into the state of Texas before Doucette. I think all I have to do is wait until, what is it? June of this year. I think in June of this year, I'll have been practicing for 5 years on good terms in Minnesota and in good standing. And then I will be able to request a license in Texas at that point. I believe. I have to look at the rules. Maybe I'll do it. I won't do a GoFundMe for it. I'll pay for it myself. And I'll get licensed in Texas before T-Greg because he's a liar. How's that? Let's try that out. I don't know why. Why is your mic? I don't know. Why is your mic picking up derogatory slurs, Nikki? I have no idea. I didn't say it. Cypher Warrior, he wouldn't have to take the Texas bar. That's the thing. That's the amazing thing about when you've been practicing for more than 5 years, you can actually just transfer your license without taking the Texas bar, without taking another state's bar. You can just transfer your license and get admitted into another state. You just have to wait for an admission ceremony and then go to it. That's it. You don't actually have to be admitted, or you don't actually have to pass the bar in the other state, because the bar changes constantly and the states recognize that someone who practices law will be adaptable to the law, especially if they've been practicing for several years, whereas they may not be adaptable to passing the bar. Because let's say you do one limited area of practice. Let's say you just do criminal law. When I took the bar, criminal law wasn't even on it. So someone who practices criminal law for 20 years in one state will probably translate just fine to another state practicing criminal law, assuming they do the research, assuming they look up local cases, all of that stuff. But if they took the bar in the other state, they would have some state-specific questions that would cause them hangups that are unrelated to the practice of criminal law. What good is that? That doesn't make any sense. T. Greg does not have to take the bar in Texas. That's the amazing thing. All he has to do is just get approved in Texas. He doesn't have to take the bar at all. So it's a dumpster. Anyway, all right, guys, let's wrap this up. Who cares about this stupid document? Maybe I'll go through it later, maybe not. Who knows? Let's go ahead and go through the super chats and then the donations on Streamlabs as well. Let's do Streamlabs first, and then we will close the stream and we will go over to Twitch. Yeah, I wonder why the thing is picking up. Like, do you guys hear this? You guys hear this popcorn eating? I'm seeing the microphone jump up. Right now, I'm right by it. It's amazing. Anyway. Let's read these justice chats, and then we'll go on to super chats. Ron Snack Tray says, Chunk Yogurt lost his race and is horse banging degenerate. I heard he lost. I heard he got 4% of the vote. How embarrassing for Chunk. YouTube people should not run for office. Don't do it. If you're on YouTube, you should not run for office. Oh my God. Night of Hope X says, escapism is also a means of creating dialogue and friendship between people who would otherwise only hate each other. It's a neutral zone for people to play, build social capital, and exchange ideas. There's a huge value in bringing people together this way. I agree. Jay says, Greg going to have to drop his pants and prepare for Randazza's gavel train. That's beautiful. We can only hope, but no, he's not. Gimme Skittles Now says, since you called your wife Lady Rackets, does that make you Lord Rackets? Yes. Angry Baneling says, note, I foresaw your late and gayness 4 hours ago. I was on time today, Angry Baneling. Don't you dare. Daykoth says, hey, just wanted to let you know I live in Tarrant County and I voted to get Chup out of his seat. The Agrilith says, thoughts about Erica McCord getting coronavirus? I've heard that she's in a rough spot. I've heard that she may have corona. It's unconfirmed at the moment, but I've heard that care packages are being sent to her, and I'm looking at options to help out with that. Erica has been helpful to Vic, and I would love to help her out, but you know, I want to make sure that any efforts that are going towards her are properly vetted. So there you go. Andrew War Snowboard says, Hillary's email servers didn't delete itself. That's true. David Del Call says, hey there, Nick. Nice meeting you and Lady Rackets at Kitchener Comic Con. Hey, same to you, buddy. Cocky Onside says, Kick Vic got thoroughly owned this weekend. Kitchener Comic-Con for life. Smiles to Cat says, Nicky's back from his Canuckle kerfuffle. Paulio64 says, there are no girls on the internet. I need a drink. There are no girls on the internet. It's always dudes pretending. Sonic Jr. says, hope your time meeting us folks in Canada was great. It was. Hopefully my brother and I, or anyone, didn't get under your skin too much during your time there. Missed out on 40K event. Hope you share tonight. Sonic Jr., everybody was great. TLJ Screwjob says, how was it being song cucked by Vic in public? I don't sing in public. What are you talking about? There's no cucking happening because I don't sing. The Coke Master says, Ron has a crush on you, just like Maddox with Dick. Ron is addicted. Skagi Onside says, Chup BTFO'd by Fort Worth. Hashtag second app Apple bit denied. Second Apple bite denied. Yeah, he lost his second Court of Appeals bid really badly. Good job. Nathan Kitch says, had to take my dad to the hospital today, asking for prayers that he gets well quickly. Thank you, Nick. I will definitely pray for your dad following the stream. Bad Dragonite says, enjoying that alcohol pouring ASMR. Samantha Schoner, thank you for joining the channel. Zet Rock, thank you for joining the channel. And DA of Apathy, thank you for joining the channel as well. And JCF Data, same to you. Chengiz Khan says, is it better than Fuyu? Yes, everything is better than Fuyu. Snarkmark says, you hate JD? Good, but single barrel, silver select. Listen, I can't claim to hate the Jack Daniels special brands. I haven't tried them yet. Rotting Damsel says, if you did not grow up with your parents drinking Crown Royal, then you grew up without a proper marble bag, and for that I am sorry. Also, a drug bag. If you are transporting drugs in your car, don't put them in a Crown Royal bag. That's what drug dealers do, and it's terrible. Kidda says, Cenk Younger got 4% of the vote in his congressional run. No, Cenk! No! The other Democrat lost by 0.5%. Keek cost the DNC a congressional seat in California. Good. 2012 Jameson says, Chup got wrecked in election. Are the con appellate briefs available anywhere? Also, funny Vic reputation is better than Wolman. Just look at GoFundMe. I mean, that's a funny way to look at it, right? As for the con appellate briefs, I don't have them yet, but I may have them by the end of the week. I'll let you know. Emerald Bandit says, man, I wish I could have gone to Canada. Instead, I was stuck working here in Ohio. Oh, God, you were in Ohio? I'm sorry. Madman Chris 49 says, you ever had Pendleton whiskey before, Nick? It's a favorite of mine, but I may have bad taste. Bad tastes? Lol. No, I have not. Bad Dragonite says, Wayne Gretzky whiskey with Warski 3 times fast. Wayne Gretzky whiskey with Warski. Wayne Gretzky whiskey with Warski. Wayne Gretzky whiskey with Warski. There you go. Robin the Goblins has been catching up on the whole Vic saga, almost through your depositions. Could you fill me on what you personally think started all the drama? Was it SWJ nonsense or him not signing gay stuff? And it was a combination. It's a combination. I think it was also the important fact is Vic, from what I hear, was about to be offered a director job at Funimation, which would have cemented him as a permanent employee and given him authority over a whole lot of people, including Monica Rial and Jamie Markey, that they didn't want. So it was a whole bunch of things coming together on that. And I think a big part of it was that they were about to have to report to him as their boss. Finn Frog says, I'm so late in Wolverine. I've heard Wolverine is now gay. That's weird. Viden the Cold One, thank you for upgrading your membership. Toy Bounty Hunter says they're all a bunch of self-important do-nothings. Blaine20, welcome to channel membership. I appreciate it. Zacco Thrito says, at Rekieta Law, hey Rekieta, Macallan 12 year is really great. Rush's drummer, Rip Neil Peart's favorite whiskey is so good, it's almost as good of a value as Suntory Hibiki blend. That Hibiki Suntory is great. It's fantastic. Chengiz Khan says, don't worry, Greg, there's always money in the banana stand. Some nobody says, I'm rewatching Macross Frontier at the moment. Show's great. Nylox7 says, it's all Harmony Gold's fault we don't have these Macross toys in the US. Harmony Gold is trash. TLJ Scrowjob says, you look like Nigel Thornberry in metal form. Okay. Kakalu Tazaro says, whatever happened with Phoenix Wright, you big boomer? Are you going to continue it someday? Yes. This week or next week. I'm promising it, and it's a mistake of mine, but I'm going to do it. Skagionsai says, from Crytel Records, the new hit from Vic and Lady Racket's Beauty and the Yeet, as in Nick being yeeted out of the song, hashtag security breach boredom. You wouldn't find me singing the song in the first place, so I'm with it. Moist John says, wow, a Funko. Your wife cringe, Nick. Ew. Skeetmeat says, Nick got cucked by Vic via sushi. Low T beta Nick. Oh, I made up for it in hot sauce, buddy. Sonic Jr. says, just DM'd you a pic of the Lemoyne cosplayer for demo. Where did you DM it to me? Probably on Twitter here. Oh God. Sonic Jr. Here we go. We'll let me bring this up. Here is Sonic Jr. Well, I don't know if this is Sonic Jr. This is the Jay Sean Lemoyne cosplayer. Here, hold on one second. Look at that! Look at this guy! Hi! I'm Jay Sean Lemoyne. Look at me, all bent over, weird scoliosis looking idiot. But here he is in the Jay Sean Lemoyne outfit. He's even got the tags still in his suit, which is fantastic touch. Fantastic touch. So there you go. Oh, whoops. Next, Romeo Garbo says, Italian forces aid their German allies during the invasion of Poland, only to be caught in a counteroffensive by Polish forces, 1939. Gelth Walker says, care about this, you grifter. Take a full shot, boomer. No. Alex Britton says, Nick, everyone is saying you said the bundle of sticks word, but all that I heard was Ron Toye. Is there something wrong with my hearing? Nope. That's what I said. The Nerdiest Geek says, for sparing my sanity. Noisy chewing drives me crazy more than anything else. Thanks, and love your show. Been watching for a while. I appreciate it. No one important says, I hope you got that GIF I liked to you through Twitter of Monica shaking her biddies. Oh, it's filthy. Why would I want to watch that? Nikki, like I said, if I have to suffer, so do all of you. I have not watched that. Oh my. Oh God. Why would you do this? Robonex666 says, chunk yogurt. That's bullshit. No important says, I mean, linked, darn it. And Shining Nebula says, tell Erica to take vitamin C supplements and lots of them. Apparently the Wu flu may be affected by vitamin C, and it boosts the immune system anyways. That's it, y'all. Oh my God. Why would you send me anything of Monica shaking anything? Oh. Disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. God, I'm just depressed. I'm depressed by what you did. I haven't watched it. I don't even know where it is. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't specifically see it, which makes it difficult for me to find right now. I don't want to find it either. So that's that. All right, guys, I need to peace out. We will be on Twitch in just a few minutes. I'm going to go get a thought top on. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's get this intro playing. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. All right, as soon as I figure out the Erica McCord situation, I will, and in a reliable way to offer her help, I will share that with you guys. That'll be up to you. In the meanwhile, please, you can go ahead and support the Vic Kicks Back GoFundMe if you so choose. We will talk more about that in the future. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. We will see what happens in the next 6 days. And then in the next 21 days after that. On Vic's case. Other than that, we'll see you soon. All right, guys, have a good night. Peace. Peace.
Of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an art bag, a bow, more of love rug. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Dante to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career.
No one important says he DM'd it to me. That is filthy and disgusting. How dare you? That noise you were hearing was from the horrific Monica video.